whether it is in industry, whether it is in the society, whether it is in rural area, whether it is in slums, whether it is in the railway station, and find out what are those challenges that people are facing, what is the challenge that the society is facing, and how do I address it by the knowledge that I have gained in the institutions and colleges. I think this will make students automatically employable. And let me cite you an example of Smart India Hackathon, which we started 3 years ago, and this is the fourth edition. Halfway, we had to postpone it now, but the challenging problems from the government departments, from the private industry, both digital software ones and the hardware ones, when thrown at the students, we have found that some of the out-of-the-box solutions that came from students of second, third year of engineering were far better than even those who have been employed in industries for 15 to 20 years. So there is a lot of talent, there is a lot of learning that is happening outside the classroom. You will have to only channelize, make use of it, and if you are doing it, automatically employability will rise. And more than employability, since large industries possibly are not going to employ as many people as they used to be in the past because of automation, robotics coming in way, I think one of the other aspects is how we can make students to become entrepreneurs and create jobs rather than seeking jobs. So that education is also required through the university curriculum. So startup policy, innovation policy of the government, especially MHRD Innovation Cell at AICT has launched this policy, which will actually support creation of entrepreneurs and startups while students are still in the colleges itself.
And I'm so glad you brought that point up, because there's no better help than self-help. And if you can create an environment to employ yourself, it's far more worthier and sturdier than any other opportunity. Now, if you were to advise the students, because you have obviously access to massive research to your advantage, if there are top 5 courses that you see coming up post the coronavirus, what would those courses be, which would make them far more fancied in terms of employment as well as sustaining their lives?
I think I have already mentioned those areas. In fact, Wi-Fi, there are about 10 areas. Artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, machine learning, robotics, 3D printing, augmented reality, virtual reality, cloud computing, cyber security. I think these are the areas which will have tremendous opportunities created both in the private sector as well as in the public sector and the governments. And these opportunities are not necessarily only in our country, but all over the globe. And with the aging population in many of the countries, like in Europe and Japan, I think opportunities galore for our students who are good, not only in India, but all over the world. And therefore, I think our students need to concentrate on learning such type of courses. Fortunately, I just wanted to continue something.
Yes.
There is a platform called as NEAT, N-E-A-T, National Educational Alliance for Technology. In fact, the starting point was very interesting. Many companies used to approach us, AICT and MHRD, that they have a startup and they have created an AI-based personalized learning tool. And there is a fee for it, 5,000, 10, whatever, small amount. And if they do it, whatever level they are today, they can reach higher and better levels, so that not only employability, but better employability is possible. Higher salary packages are possible. And so they used to approach us. So we decided that why can't we open it up by inviting applications from all and sundry, and then evaluate them, blind reviews, without looking at who is the company, which is the product, and only by understanding the quality of the product. After shortlisting, it has been made open, and these are all chargeable basis. 25% of the seats out of the people who actually procure these products have to be made available free of cost for distributing them to deprived sections of the society, whether poor children, whether it is SC, ST, and so on reservation category students, and we started off. But fortunately, because of this chorus, which is coming up everywhere, that Corona has its own effect. So we contacted those people and said that students are all free, they're all at homes. Why can't you give it free for some time? And I'm very happy 5 of those products have been announced to be free, and more than lakh students within no time, within a couple of days, have registered and started using it. I think industry also is coming forward as a part of corporate social responsibility, and such kind of tools are made available. I'm sure students, while being at home, rather than whiling away time here and there, can learn many new technologies which I referred to, and some of them now are free of cost. And if they prepare themselves, they will prepare for themselves, their families, and the nation at large.
Okay, one very quick question before we close up, thank you for your time, is when we talk about efficiency, we talk about salary, we also need to look at the quality as well as the affordability of education. Now, a large part, we all know that we are at a dichotomy, right? There's a conflicting interest. While the fee structure, particularly in private schools, has been very high, a large apportionment of that fee is happening because of real estate invested. Because at one hand, even though the tutor's fee is not increasing exponentially, vis-a-vis the amount of money that is being charged, to the student, so it basically means that the real estate play is very high in education right now. Okay. Now, in the post-coronavirus environment, sir, when you are shifting more to the online platform, the real estate play gets taken care of. So you have an opportunity out here to charge less money to the student as well as pay more to your teacher. So there could be a solution in sight thanks to a digital environment. Your quick take on that.